They work with and advocate for hundreds of abused and neglected children right here in the Valley every year. They stand with them in court and find them safe places to live. Veronica Whitaker, Executive Director of Casa Hidalgo County, joins us now live via Zoom. And Veronica, thank you for your time. This health crisis has impacted all of us. We want to know, how has it changed things for your organization?
It has changed quite a bit. And since March 15th to today, we have brought in about 45 new children into the system. And so that does speak loudly for our system, for CASA, because we don't usually get that amount every month or in the last 2.5 months. So the children are not used to, of course, or the parents are not used to having the kids at home all day and night. Basically, they're with their families 24 hours. And due to that fact is that they're not having the same nutrition. They're not even getting the same meals that they were getting while they were at school. When they're at school, they get a good breakfast and they get a good lunch, and they even get an afternoon snack. A lot of these children are not fortunate enough to have those meals throughout the day. And unfortunately, they don't even get a meal probably at nighttime. A lot of frustration is taking place right now with coronavirus, a lot of different behaviors. All of these things are, reaction to what is going on. And so parents are very, very frustrated, or there's only the mother who's taking care of 5 or 6 children at one time. That is very, very difficult. There's no father in sight. Maybe the grandmother comes by to help. So a lot of it falls either on the oldest brother or sister, and they're taking care of 5, 6 children at a time, or the parent who has shown up at the home. So these are all difficult times for the community.
There are also difficult times for your staffers. The Texas Casa website says the staffers will be working remotely through May and possibly longer. Is that the case locally?
That is correct. That is correct. I do have contact. We do have Zoom meetings, of course, once a week with my staff, and so I do have them. They are reporting through daily summaries so that I have an idea of what's going on with each and every case during the day and during the week. We do have court on also through Zoom meetings, which has been a little bit more tasking, and the advocates have done an amazing job, and so have my case managers, who are taking over for the children and for everybody else. So Zoom has really been our key to make sure that everything is in place for these children, for the cases, for the lawyers, for everybody involved during this pandemic.
And Veronica, local authorities have reported a spike in domestic violence calls since the start of the health crisis. Are your caseworkers seeing a corresponding increase in the number of children who need help? I know you said 45 at the beginning of the interview.
Yes, I did. And yes, 45 is our current number, and that's from March 15th to today. So basically in 2 months, we've had a spike of 45 children. Again, the reason being is that either the mother's not used to being with her children all day long, and they're also very fussy. They're not being fed well. The father the father's probably home with, we don't know. Every day is a different circumstance for these kids. So and everyone is frustrated. They live in smaller homes, or they're just so many things play into all of what's happening with these children and the families, the parents. It's a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, things that we can't control. And unfortunately, the kids are the first ones that are hurt.
Children are very impressionable, and in this case, I have to ask you, how do your caseworkers comfort them if they're distraught or they're emotional while practicing social distancing?
Well, funny you ask that. Monday, I did have 2 or 3 of my case managers came through by the office, and I was like, what's going on? And they said, you know what, I know that these kids are bored. I know that a lot of these children are frustrated. So I had one come in, and then about 30 minutes later, then another one came in. And what they did is they set up about 10 different sets of coloring books, crayons, glue, construction paper, scissors, and they made packets. And so at that point, they put them in bags. They put them on the front lawn of Casa's office. They called the advocates and they said, your bag is ready for these kids, and the name is on them. And so all afternoon Monday, it was beautiful because I saw so many advocates drive up, pick up the bag, and then they delivered it to the front yard of the children's home. And so we are, that to me was so heartwarming, because they took the time. They thought, you know what, these kids need something else. They don't need to be just, they need coloring, they need to cut, they need to glue, they need to make something. Yeah. And we've had great response with some of them actually called and said, can we get more? So that was awesome for my advocates, my sponsors, my case managers, everybody that did this for the Casa kids. I applaud them.
That is beautiful. Well, yeah. Veronica Whitaker, Executive Director of Casa Hidalgo, thank you for your time this evening.
I appreciate having the opportunity to talk.
Absolutely. Stay with us. We'll be right back.